Welcome to Unit 3.2 of MOOC 1, being Drivers to Water Reuse Adoption. The learning objectives of this unit include that we hope learners will understand the difference between economic, regulatory, and social drivers to water reuse adoption. We hope they'll be able to deliver examples of economic, regulatory, and social drivers to water reuse adoption and analyze how they may overlap. And learners will be able to explain the implications for water reuse adoption that these drivers may carry at different scales. So drivers of water reuse adoption can frequently be split into economic, regulatory, and social categories. Economic drivers include the financial and market-based incentives that motivate stakeholders to implement and invest in water reuse systems. Regulatory drivers come in the form of policy frameworks calling for higher accountability for water reuse across urban, industrial, potable, and agricultural applications. Regulations will vary significantly by geographic region as well. In terms of social drivers, these may refer to the benefits, motivations, and expectations within society that push stakeholders to enhance water reuse uptake within their communities or governments. So let's start with some examples of economic drivers. Risk prevention is ensured through water reuse practices by providing reliable water supply in times of drought, climate impacts, or other disruptions to reliable water supply, thereby avoiding extra costs. Low capital expenditures, CapEx, and operational expenditures, OpEx, are often enabled through advancements in marketable environmental technology, providing market incentives for initial market uptake and adoption. Ecosystem services are another common economic driver. Water reuse can aid in bestowing ecosystem services that rely on water, including provisioning, regulatory, supporting, and cultural services, thereby avoiding extra costs. Next are some examples of regulatory drivers. The first one is EU Regulation 2020/741. Coming into effect in 2023, this regulation sets cohesive minimum water quality standards across the EU for safe reuse of water in agricultural irrigation. The Water Framework Directive was first enacted in 2000. This is a regulation focusing on restoring good ecological health to freshwater systems across Europe while supporting water reuse by promoting their reuse. Furthermore, then we have the Urban Wastewater Treatment Directive. This was first adopted in 1991 and updated in 2025, and this framework specifies how urban wastewater must be treated prior to release and reuse. In terms of examples of social drivers, we have first public awareness. This is how effective education and engagement can increase public awareness, thereby enhancing the likelihood of public drive for adoption of water reuse systems and technologies. In terms of stakeholder engagement, including stakeholders such as farmers, industry, policymakers, and community members in decision-making can increase trust and bolster success of water reuse adoption. Furthermore, then in terms of social acceptance, reframing how reuse is considered can help reconceptualize water reuse methods and help overcome resistance to widespread adoption. So the overall significance of these drivers is manifold. Economic drivers collectively make water reuse financially viable and attractive to end users and investors. Regulatory drivers set policy guidelines ensuring cohesion, consistency, and complementarity between frameworks at scale across Europe, and social drivers support the resilience in communities and shape long-term behaviors and mindsets shifts to empower people to adopt water reuse systems. Thank you for listening.